Mayor Johnson is a strong advocate for increasing diverse contracting, and DPS is proud to partner with him on these efforts. It is my pleasure to introduce my boss, Chief Operating Officer for the City of Chicago, John Roberson, who will provide the welcoming remarks on behalf of administration. John.
Good morning. First of all, I'm Baptist. That's not a good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you very much. I want to, first of all, welcome each and every single one of you to this symposium on behalf of Mayor Brandon Johnson. This is a very important initiative for us because we want to make sure that we are providing the platform for businesses throughout the region to do business with the City of Chicago. But we knew that in order for us to be able to get this done, we had to have the right person leading it. And so now I know how Kevin Warren and the Bears feel. When you go for your #1 pick and they actually sign and they are ready to play, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot tell you how excited Mayor Johnson is and how excited I am that we have Charlotte Roberson, who is our acting but is about to become our confirmed Chief Procurement Officer. It's important. Leadership matters. The reason that I wanted to be here today is because I wanted to let you know, on behalf of the Johnson administration, one simple thing. The City of Chicago is open for business. Over the last 15 months of the Johnson administration, we have seen upwards of $10 to $20 billion of investment in our city. Let's start with PsiQuantum on the southeast side of Chicago that is going to bring the first quantum computer to the United States. Game changing. We have the Reinsdorf and the Wirtz families just north of here who are going to be investing over the next 5 to 10 years, $7 billion on the west side of Chicago. Mayor Johnson has introduced and passed a $1.25 billion bond focused on providing affordable housing and economic development, the largest bond of its kind focused on housing and economic development in the history of Chicago. Let's add to that $500 million of investment by Google for a new headquarters, $600 million worth of investment by JP Morgan on their tower, and another $500 million of investment along the LaSalle Street corridor to readapt and reuse old bank buildings for the purpose of affordable housing, mixed use, and to revitalize our downtown. Chicago is open for business. An O'Hare project, 6 years behind schedule, billions of dollars over budget. And as a result of this administration's leadership, we have now moved the ball forward so that we can build modern future terminals that are going to build the capacity of our airport so that we can expand and grow our regional economy to create jobs for the people who live in the city of Chicago. So here's the thing. Haters are gonna hate. People have been writing the narrative about the demise of the city of Chicago for a very long time. 12 months ago, 6 months ago, 3 months ago, a month ago, people were asking the question whether the city of Chicago would be ready for the Democratic National Convention. The answer is very simple. Damn right we are. And we did it. And we did it not just for the delegates. We did it for the residents of the city of Chicago. An $80 billion new Green Line station at Damon that is now going to provide greater accessibility for the residents of the West Side to have access to jobs, economic opportunity, amenities, accommodations. That is what this is about. Doing business with the city of Chicago is not just about buying another boat. It's not about just buying another house. Now, I understand the importance of making money, because I have a very fundamental belief when it comes to businesses, because I was an entrepreneur myself. And I follow this axiom. You cannot be fully engaged philanthropically. You cannot be fully engaged politically if you are not profitable. This is not a break-even proposition. In order to build new hospital wings, to build libraries, to support the local soccer team, as a business person, it means that you have to make something above and beyond what it costs you to do business. Now, for a room full of entrepreneurs that are looking to make money, those were some poor claps. The purpose for doing business with the city of Chicago is to help the city as an enterprise be able to do the things for the city and for its residents. During the DNC, former President Bill Clinton said something that I think really captures the heart of what city government is really about and what we are called to and what the charge that DPS is given. And he said this: citizens expect for their government to do certain things. He said that citizens ask the question, here are our problems, solve them. Here are our opportunities, seize them. Here are our fears, ease them. Here are our dreams, help us make them to come true. Every single business person in this room had a dream to create an enterprise that would not just put money in your pocket, but to build something, to build a legacy that you will be able to pass on to your children. To have an enterprise that would have the resources that would allow you to invest in the communities where you live and where you love. To have the opportunity to help in the building of a society in which every single person has the opportunity to live their highest and best quality of life, regardless of their zip code. It is shameful that we live in a city in which the life expectancy between someone who lives in Lawndale and someone who lives on the Gold Coast is 30 years. Imagine that. Growing up in North Lawndale, having not asked to be born, but born into a situation in which you have a 30-year disadvantage in life expectancy to live out your dream is unacceptable. And we need you as business people to lean into this moment. We need you to bring the very best of what your companies bring, to bring the value and the innovation and the creativity that will make our enterprise, the city of Chicago, better for the residents so that we can solve the problems. We can take advantage of the opportunities. We can ease the fears, and we can help in the accomplishment of the dream. This is not just a conference about contracts. This is about an investment in our city. And I am absolutely confident that each and every single person in this room has the ability to bring something to the table. Now, with the investment that you're going to bring of your time and your efforts and your talents, we, the city of Chicago, are going to make sure that we're doing everything that we need to do on our side to make it easier for you to do business. That's why I told Charlotte when she came on board, blow the damn thing up. We have to be an enabler of economic development and opportunity, not be the barrier. We have to get the speed bumps out the way. Our Cut the Tape initiative is focused on trying to make sure that every single city processee is focused on enablement and not holding people back. So that's why I have charged people that when they say that we have to do these things, my first question is why? What problem are you trying to prevent from being solved? And if you can't give me a good answer, if it is simply a matter of the way that we have done business before, that's not good enough. I expect results. I don't need a bunch of talk. I need you to get it done. And so Charla and the team have been given a very specific charge, because I have been given a very specific charge by the best frickin' mayor of the best frickin' city in the world. And that is to make sure that each and every single day we are working hard for the residents of this city, that we are working hard for the businesses that are represented in this room. And so I have a very thick skin. Don't nobody in here scare me. So I'm open to hearing the problems and the concerns and the fears that you have in doing business with the city of Chicago. But if you're going to bring me a problem, bring me a solution. I'm not interested in complaints. We have to work this together. And if we do that, then Chicago will be that city on the hill. It will be that light. It will be the beacon that will speak out to generations of people to come that says the city of Chicago is the place that you can come to where you can thrive. Because I'm here to tell you the reason that I'm in this, and I'm going to close with this. I have a son who's 28. I have a daughter who's 26. And I have a daughter who's 18. And during this mayor's term, each of them are going to be making a decision about whether they believe the city of Chicago is the place where they can thrive. Is this the place where I can find a job, working for a company that I really want to work for? Is it affordable? Is it safe? Is this the place where I can find love and have, Dad, what you had in terms of being able to start a family? If the work that we do in the next 2 to 3 years does not answer that question for them, then I know that my children will go elsewhere. They'll go to Nashville. They'll go to Atlanta. They'll go to North Carolina. You know what I'm talking about, because you have family members who have left Chicago or are thinking about leaving Chicago. Because they are asking the question, is Chicago the place where I can be my very best? And I'm here to tell you that the answer to that question is yes, but it means that each and every single one of us have to roll up our sleeves. We have to be the advocates and the activists for our city. So when you read on Twitter, when you read on social media, when you read in the newspaper all these folks who are talking and hating about Chicago, I need you to be a Twitter thug. I need you to be a thumb thug, and I need you to tell them the city of Chicago is ready. And we are a great city. And we're going to be even greater, not because of you, but because of us. Thank you very much, and have a great afternoon.